It's back, the SentOff podcast. It's been a while. It's just me today. I can explain. It's been a lot of work. Yeah, there's a lot. Football hasn't stopped, but the work's kept on coming. So I've not been talking. Not a lot of you that I'm talking to be honest. But I'm hoping to keep more up to date with it now. And I'm gonna do. Me and Noah both decided we're gonna do a few shorter ones. To make sure it can fit in with our schedule. Hoping to get more out. If Noah can't, then I can do a little 20-minute Palace talk. Sure. Talking about Palace talk, that's what we're doing today. It's it's already not you already know what I'm going to talk about. Niasse, huh? What was that? What was that dive? 2-2 against Everton at home. I wasn't there, unfortunately. I was on another uni visit, but it was a it did look like quite a strong performance from us. From what my cousin said and my friend said, it did look like we weren't being pushed over. We were fighting as we have done against West Ham and these games at home, and against Tottenham. To be fair, we did fight for a majority of the game. We don't give up, and that's what is a positive sign for us. We have not given up. We are in this situation yet with 5 points, rock bottom, 5 points from safety. But there's so many games left, and the players know that, and the players are getting right. The fans are getting right behind the players, and they're performing, in my opinion. We should have won that game, and it's coming to that point. This happened last year, where we kept on saying we should have won that game, we should have won that game, and it comes to a point where if we carry on saying it, we will mathematically be relegated if we carry on saying it. But yeah, more importantly on this game, so I'm walking around Bournemouth and I look down on my phone. 1 minute in, James McArthur. See the goal match of the day, and it's poor from Pickford in my opinion. Loftus-Cheek takes the shot. He's still looked very good. Loftus-Cheek is such an I think underrated in my opinion, especially by Chelsea. Like Chelsea are idiots to sign Drinkwater and loan him out. The only thing I'm a bit annoyed about is there's no chance we'll be able to keep him at the end of the window. Like putting a cheeky little bid, unless he really loves the club. I don't know, but he's been really influential on the pitch. Anyway, so he takes his shot, Pickford saves it, but he directs it straight into McArthur's pass and he tucks it home. And it was a really big moment in my It's a big moment for a team like in our situation to get the first goal is massive. First minute, incredible. But then I carry on walking, thinking all good, 1-0 up, fantastic. And I look to my phone and I see penalty Everton. Leighton Baines scores it, and when I see that, I'm thinking, oh, fair enough, penalty. I didn't really know about the controversy until I got home and watched Match of the Day. And what can I say? Niasse, the player who was supposed to be joining us at the end of the summer transfer window, does that to us. The thing is surely the ref saw how excessive that dive was, how excessive it was. If he went down, normal. That's not a free, not even a free kick. Anywhere else on the pitch, you're not given that. The ref's gonna see. You're allowed contact in the box. I don't understand it. I'm not for video refs or whatever because I feel like it would just ruin the game or slow it down. However, I see the pros in it so much, but the cons are too drastic and they would ruin the game, in my opinion. But in those situations where we need the points, or as we will go down, we need that luck. The ref's not giving it to us, so we need something. There's nothing there. Like, I feel like we need more protection. Like if you're allowed to just get away with that and we'd lose 2 points, we would have been 3 points from safety. It changes the whole thing, and Everton wouldn't have got further away from us. Niasse doesn't look like he went down from a little tap on the shoulder. He looks like he went down from a bullet from one of the stands. It's unbelievable how the ref has allowed that. Yes, he's got retrospective action. I think he got a ban. I'm not too sure, or a fine. But what does that mean for me as a Palace fan, or the other Palace fans, or Palace as a club? What does that mean? Oh yeah, won't happen again. But it still happened to us when we needed the points, and we got 2 goals. It's rarely you're going to see us look that clinical in front of goal. Zaha's goal was fantastic in my opinion. The ball from Ward, don't see that very often. Whipped in really well from a counter attack, and Zaha tucks it home. We're known for the counter attacking football we have, and it's good in that sense. But when your things are taken away from you, like if you look at both of Everton's goals, the second one was for only okay. Yep, you've fake shotted and gone round Niasse, fair enough. Then you play a pass. It's a bit iffy. because Dan was under pressure. He wasn't clear of any pressure. I'd say that ball's got to go clear, but I've been a goalkeeper. Like you go past, you want to get rid of the ball because you don't want to push your luck, pretty much. And he made the mistake to play it to Dan, and from that, I can't remember who intercepted it, but the ball gets placed in Niasse and he tucks it home. And it's just annoying when you have it in your hands, in your grasps, and you just let it go. Because obviously we were in that situation with West Ham where we weren't in control of the game. We had all of the ball. Sorry, we were in control of the game completely, but we weren't winning. So we had to fight for the points. And when you come back from a 2-0 down or 2-1 and you win 2-2 or you draw 2-2, it feels like a win. Whereas if you are 2-0 up, 2-1 up, and you draw 2-2 in a game where you should be winning, it is gutting. And then Benteke came on after his long stint out of injury, and he had two good chances. One where he's completely shanked it. It's gone out for a corner. For a goal kick on the way wide. And then he had that shot where it was a half volley straight into Pickford's pass. And I don't know. It's a bit annoying in my opinion to think that we could. Again, I'm saying it. We could, woulda, shoulda, woulda. Yeah, I just want to say, well done Zaha, well done MacArthur. 2-0 win against Everton at home, fantastic. Lowers them, raises us. But there's been a lot of talk about this Niasse situation. I'm sure you're not going to get your information, your prime information from this. However, we did lose that game. In my opinion, like in my eyes, we lost the points. We lost that game. I know it sounds dumb, but we lost. We lost the points. But you got to feel confident in some sense. Everyone spoke about it. The next 8 games. Now it's 7. Everton 2-2. But next we've got Stoke on Saturday, and I'm feeling confident. You would do after Stoke have slipped off a little bit. They've drawn 2-2 with Brighton. That was with them winning, and they let go of that lead. Drawing 2-2 with Leicester, they beat Watford, and then they lost to Bournemouth 2-1. It's been a bit stop-start. They haven't had the flow of a run of. I don't know what I'm saying here. They haven't had the consistency that you would need to be confident, in my opinion. They've won 3 games, so they're on 13 points. Yes, that's. Quick maths. 8 points ahead of us, which at the end of the day is a lot better. Like, it's 8 points. Good on them. But they have slipped off in 2-2 draws. Isn't the best of results for Stoke. So I'm feeling quite confident. Yes, they're scoring, but so are we. Zaha is in good form. Loftus-Cheek, of course, after that man of the match performance against Germany, he's in form. We've got a team that's in form, but we're not in form. Like, I don't know how to. If you're a Palace fan, you know we're in form. We're playing probably better football than we did last season in the beginning, and we're getting the goals. However, we're conceding the goals, but I don't think we're defending bad. We're defending just as Saka's been good, Dan's been good combination. We're just getting no luck. That's the thing with us. Luck is the key, and we seem to never get any of it, ever. Especially with the referees, it's a joke in my opinion. But then, let's say we win this game, then we're on 8 points, depending on what Swansea and West Ham get. Let's just ignore. Let's just see how many points we can get. So that's 3 points after 2 games. 4 points after 2 games. So we're on 1 point against Everton, 3 points against. Then we get Brighton away from home. Yeah, this game isn't just a game for we need the points. Brighton are doing really well this season. They're in 9th place. They've beaten. Well, they drew with Everton. They've beaten West Ham 3-0. That was a great result for them. Drew to Southampton, and they also, surprisingly, well, not surprisingly, they came back from that 2-0 down to Stoke and drew 2-2, and they also beat Swansea, who's down there with us as well. So they're 9th in the league. In my opinion, I said it before. That's why I'm not too shook about Palace in their situation. Yeah, I should be, because no other team, in fact, has survived with 5 points at this point. Not every team is Palace. You know, them ones there. Huddersfield, Brighton. Who else came up this year? Newcastle. They're all together, 9th, 10th, 11th, yeah? Newcastle, I think they've got it in them to stay up. It's the fans. It's similar, like they've got the 12th man. Huddersfield and Brighton, just as Hull did last year, they're going to tail off. Huddersfield have begun to tail off a little bit, and I don't know if you've noticed it, but is confident. Is confident. Like people who's down there with us at the moment, West Ham, Swansea, Everton, Stoke. They're Southampton are actually down there with us. They're a bit iffy. They could turn it up. They could go up again and be safe. They like away from it. They could be mid-table. They could even fight for seventh. Everton and Southampton, like those sort of teams, they can do that. Whereas you look at Brighton, Huddersfield, and Newcastle, they will tail off, and I'm hoping at that point we'll build up. So beating Brighton would be not just for the rivalry, not just because it's when's the 28th? 5 days away. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Next week, Tuesday. It's not just because it's a midday kickoff late. It's Brighton away. The amount of history behind that. That's where Palace, Zaha scored the 2 goals to get us to the playoff final. You've got to look at that game as like there's more for that, especially for players like Zaha, Ward, Speroni. They're going to look at that game and want it more because of their connection to the club, and they know that rivalry is there. So if we win that game, I won't lie to you, I don't think we'll win. I think it will be a draw. However, it depends on what Palace turns up. If we go out there strong on the ball, goodbye playing, all players fit first of all. This is a week. No, it's a week, not even a week away. But anything can happen. We could have a couple of injuries by then. We want a strong team to go out, first team, and I think we could get a win if we go all out. If we play like we did against West Ham, because I don't think Brighton will be able to control the pressure that we'll be able to give them. But if I'm being like a devil's advocate, I think Brighton. You're looking at Glenn Murray and how well he's been playing. They've come back from they're resilient. They've come back from 2-0 down to Stoke. They were on a good bit of form, beating Swansea, drawing to Southampton and Stoke, and being ninth in the league, you'd expect them to be a bit of a challenge, seeing how we're 20th. But I think we'll get a draw there. Let me be honest. So that's 5 points. 5 points from 3 games. West Brom away. Now, if you haven't heard, which you probably have because isn't on the ball at the moment. Tony Pulis has been sacked from West Brom, and I knew that the fans weren't too happy, but I thought it was just because he was playing boring football, because that's how he does his game. He's very defensive. He works from the back, and if he can keep you out getting any goals and you can nick a goal, that's his style of play. And he's no doubt in my mind that he will get another job, maybe a relegation battle job, if he wants it. But he's a manager, that will keep you. He just gets the job done, and maybe he struggles to do the next step, which is fight for Europa League, which for some reason West Brom fans think they can. Don't know why. Anyway, so they lost 4-0 to Chelsea, obviously, which is a bit harsh for that to be his final game. It is Chelsea at the end of the day, but I think it's because West Brom are known for keeping out the goals. If that was a 1-0 win, maybe he would have been given another chance. But losing 1-0 to Huddersfield, poor. Man City 3-2. That result I thought was unfair for him to be criticised for. Seeing how Man City are just unbelievable team at the moment, probably top 5 in the world. Lost to Southampton. They've gone a long time without a win. That's the main point here. And that's why Tony Pulis was sacked. And they have dropped down the table. They are 17th with 10 points, only 5 points ahead of us. See, this is the things that are keeping me motivated. Teams like that are 5 points. 5 points is nothing in this league. That's 2 wins. 2 wins. That's 2 weeks. Like 2 weeks and we could be out of this situation like that, depending if results go away. So beating West Brom, I think we can do that. It is away from home, so it's a different ball game. But new manager, they might not sort that out by then. And I think it could go in our favour, and that would be probably a big result, because that's maths is not my 8 points. 8 points. It's big. It's a big step forward. But I'm going to stop thinking about the points, because other teams will be winning as well. But West Brom, I think they can tail off, and maybe we could leapfrog them. Next game, Bournemouth at home. Another big game, because Callum Wilson has come from nowhere, months out with his injuries, and he's come in with a hat-trick against Huddersfield, which is a good result. Again, Huddersfield dropping down, but Bournemouth, you'd have liked to draw there. Bournemouth won 4-0 there. They beat Newcastle 1-0. They're on a great bit of form. They've beaten Stoke, they lost to Chelsea, they lost to Tottenham 1-0, 1-0. So you got to rate them for that. They've held on, they've fought well. Lost to Everton, but that was a while ago now. But their last 3 games, 6 points, and one of those games was against Chelsea. So hats off to them there. That could be a difficult game. It is at home. Depending on how these previous games go, it could be something we're up for. Let me take that back. We're going to be up for it no matter what. But if you look back at the other games, if we won them, then we'll be on better form, I think. Next game, Watford. By the way, I think we could nick a point against Brom. I think it'd be 1-1, 2-2, something like that. But the thing is, I want the result to be we come back from a 1-0 down. I hate it when we're winning 1-0. We've got to take the draw. I like it when we secure the draw, like we win it. Now Watford, this is not a shock of the season. Like they're always in and around. Like you either get a really good Watford or average Watford, and at the moment we've got a really good Watford. Beating West Ham 2-0, losing to Everton actually. That's not too good. Oh, don't know what I'm on about. I'm thinking too much about that Arsenal game, where they beat them 2-1, but they have lost to Chelsea 4-2. That was when Pedro scored that screamer. They've lost to Stoke 1-0 and lost to Everton 3-2. So maybe Watford, maybe it's not going to be these results when it comes to they've got Newcastle, Man United, Tottenham, Burnley, and us. They could tail off as well, but they are 8th in the league. I think we could nick a result there. It is at home, it's a late kickoff, so the fans will be up for it. Let's say that would be 2-1 Palace. We can win that game. Yeah, come off a draw with Bournemouth, win that game, and we get to Leicester, who were really unlucky at the weekend. Man City, Company taking Vardy down, should have been sent off. It's just poor. It's just clearly top club decision there. If that was the other way around. Like Maguire's getting sent off for sure. That's what the world we live in. Okay. Man City, they beat them 2-0 obviously. Then they drew to Stoke. Yeah, I think this is one of them games where it could go either way, and I think we could find ourselves losing away from home. Leicester fans are good. They'll be up for it, but Leicester aren't the team they used to be. Let's be fair. They are 12th in the league on 13 points. Again, only 8 points ahead of us. I think that could be a loss there. I've been saying a lot of wins and draws, trying to be positive. Well, of course I'll be a Palace fan, but I've got to be honest. I think Leicester will beat us there. And the last game of the must-win 8, but now 7. Swansea, straight away I'm saying we should win this game. 2-0 they lost to Burnley, 1-0 they lost to Brighton, 2-1 they lost to Swansea, 2-1 they lost to Leicester. Apart from Tammy Abraham, they're not up there. They're not significant. They're down there with us. Let's just say that. But they're not. Like when we lost to Swansea at home, I spoke about it. It wasn't one of them games where I spoke about it on SoundCloud. But it wasn't one of them games where I was like, we deserve to lose. It was 2 awful defensive errors, and they just pounced on them, which we need to get rid of in our game, which we have somewhat. But I'm looking forward to the fact that they've dropped down where they should be. 23rd of December is Christmas game. Should be up for it. I might not sound it, a bit tired, but I'm really looking forward to these next 7 games. But then you've got to realise that you've got to be scared as well. I'm a bit shook about the fact that, let's say we lose to Stoke, touchwood, we don't. And we drop points here, there. Then it's looking like next 7 games, that would be about 19 games played. It would be looking like game over for us. And it would be devastating because that's goodbye to a lot of key players. I do think Zaha would leave. I do think Benteke would leave, obviously. A lot of key players would leave, and we'd be left in a really sticky situation in the Championship. Who would stay? Ward, Speroni. Speroni's coming to the very end of his career now. Delaney, end of his career. Kelly. Love a bit of Kelly. Schlupp might stay. But no, positive thinking. We're going to stay up. We're a fighter. We're a fighting club. We don't just go down. We don't just go down without a fight. Yeah? Watford, bang, knockout. Stoke, boom, boom, knockout. Knock them all out one by one. Let's take them on. Fanatics get together. Let's all get together and let's win these games. Come on, boys. I'm looking forward to the next game. Stoke at home. It's been a while since I've been back at good old Selhurst Park. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to these next 7 games. It will show what sort of club we are, and a lot of people will understand that we're not just going to bend over and take it. Yeah, we're going to stand up and fight for our position in this league. Swansea, West Ham, West Brom, you're all going down. We're safe. You heard it here first on the SentOff podcast. We'll be back soon, hopefully. You'll be with Noah. If not, it'll be me again, and I'll talk about other football other than Palace. I think I haven't done one on my own where I talk about other football. I could talk a little bit. Let me talk a bit now about the Champions League. I just want to talk about the Premier League teams. Don't know if you're listening to this and you're a football fan overall. Might just be a Palace fan, but if I watched a bit of Champions League football, the highlights mainly, and the English teams are just doing bits right now. Liverpool, top of their group, awful performance against Sevilla in my opinion. Second half, first half was fantastic. Second half, how can you lose a 3-0 lead? Give away an easy penalty. Moreno is poor. Anyway, top of their group. Tottenham, fantastic. That's just unbelievable at the top of their group. Beating Real Madrid, drawing to Real Madrid, beating Dortmund twice, or drawing to, I'm not sure, but they're top of their group. They've already qualified. Chelsea qualified with a 4-0 win yesterday against, who was it? Carabag. That was the first podcast we spoke about. If you remember, OG members. Who else? United. I don't really want to talk about the easiest group. I just don't like Man United that much. Easiest group in the world. Got a bit lucky against Benfica on 2 occasions. That poor goalkeeper, the poor lad, letting in 2 easy goals. Anyway, Lukaku's really tailed off as well. If you have been watching Match of the Day or watching highlights, he's disappeared. Not even in the contention for one of the best signings at the moment. Salah, in my opinion, is that. Who else do we have? Man City. As I said, top 5 teams in the world. They're unbelievable. I swear Man City are just one of, literally, Pep Guardiola is the best manager in the world. No doubt about it. He's made Sterling look like Messi. I mean, like a god. De Bruyne's the best midfielder in the world. It's just, we've spoken on it in other podcasts if you want to hear about me and Noah talk about it, but it excites me. I've got that bubbly feeling in my stomach when I watch them play. It's like I'm watching some of the greats, you know? Hopefully, if they go unbeatable, of course they'll lose to Palace at home, but other than that, if they go unbeatable, hats off to them. And we won't hear no more Arsenal fans talking a lot of rubbish about we were unbeatable, Golden Premier League. Ugh. Anyway, who else is there? I've named it. Oh, Arsenal was. Oh wait, that's coming from a Palace fan who's bottom of the table. But you got to have your little digs here and there. But yeah, fantastic results for the Premier League teams. Obviously, Man United lost 1-0, but they are top of their group. And yeah, I think that's it for now. I will probably be back after the Saturday game. Probably on Monday I'll talk about, or I'll be back Tuesday, I'll talk about both games. How about that? Would you like that, guys? I don't know. Keeping them shorter. 23 minutes is 24. Yeah, so thank you for listening. If anyone's listening, I might just be talking to myself for the whole time. That's deep, isn't it? Talking a bit of therapy. You right, Joseph? Yeah, I'm fine, thanks. Yeah, let's not be weird on here. Yeah, thanks for listening to the SentOff podcast. Be back again soon. Please like, share. Just do what you want. Cheers. In a bit.